Hello. Today is day 2 of the Court Card mini course. By the end of the day, you're going to fully understand all 4 of the pages, how to read them, and then how they relate to the people in your life. Are you ready? The pages are the youngest of the tarot court cards. They don't always have to represent children, but they all are about new and fresh energy and learning with an open heart. So if it is someone older, it's someone who's at the beginning of a journey learning something new, whatever the situation is. So the kings and the queens are masters, with the kings being a master of the active visible world and the queens mastering their own inner worlds, working behind the scenes. The page, though, has a long way to go before they are a master of anything. They are at the very beginning of their mastery journey. They share some similarities with the knights, but while the knights are right in the middle of their quest, the pages are at the very beginning. Knights are also really active energy, while pages have energy that is directed internally. The pages are more about studying, book learning, and self-reflection. The knights are too busy for any of that. They don't want to think, they just want to do. Very active. The pages, though, they're thinking, they're considering, they're exploring. It's all internal work. So the pages are about fresh energy, fresh starts, new lessons, and study. Their energy is receptive and open-hearted. They're often young at heart, or inexperienced with the situation at hand. So if the page is someone in your life, it's going to be someone who could be a man or a woman or even a child, someone who is just starting to explore the lessons they need to know. Pages need your support, and they need your guidance. And in return, they will offer you loyalty, enthusiasm, and new ideas. So when thinking about the pages, the energy here is learning how to. For example, and we will dive deeper into each of these cards later in this video, but you can combine right now that learning how to energy of the pages with the energy of each of the suits. We did this in the Lesson 0 video, so this is just a refresher, another way to bring this into your brain without actually memorize anything. All right, so here we go. Learning how to plus the cups, page plus cups. Learning how to connect with others and have healthy relationships. Page plus pentacles. Learning how to build resources and take care of what they have. Page plus swords. Learning how to think clearly and communicate with authenticity. Page plus wands. Learning how to trust their power and use it wisely. Now, think of someone in your life who has the youthful, open-hearted, and that new learner energy of the pages. Remember, man, woman, or child. So can you think of anyone who is just beginning to learn the lessons about a certain area of their life? Now, what area of their life? Are they a cups? Are they a pentacles? What realm are these lessons in? So combine the energy of that page, new learner, with the energy of the suit to find out which court card this person is. Now, this is where you break out the page 2 of your court card map, and you start matching the people in your life to each of the pages on this page. But let's take this even deeper and learn about the nuanced differences between each of these 4 pages, because although they seem similar sometimes, they are actually quite different. Starting here with the page of cups. Remember, page plus cups is learning how to connect with others and have healthy relationships. The Page of Cups tarot card is generally a positive card with lessons about love and trusting your own emotions. Remember, not just romantic love, just love of all sorts. Traditionally, the Rider-Waite-Smith based version of the Page of Cups shows a young man here holding a cup in one hand, staring at this little silly fish poking its head over the rim. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but this card looks like they are having a conversation. So, like all court cards, the Page of Cups can represent an actual person in your life. This person is likely to be young at heart, creative, sweet, fun-loving, and maybe a little bit silly. The Page of Cups card can also represent a role you need to play with your own life, or maybe aspects of your personal development that you are ready to focus on. In that situation, this card is telling you to open up your heart and learn how to trust your own emotions. And in some cases, this card will carry a message about a romantic proposal, news about a well-loved child, or creative inspiration coming directly from the universe. Overall, when you see the Page of Cups, a big lesson or message about love is coming. Not just romantic love, love of all sorts. But a big message about love is coming, and there are many things for you to learn. Now, Page plus Pentacles. Remember, Page plus Pentacles is learning how to build resources and then take care of what they have. The Page of Pentacles tarot card shows a young man gazing intently at his pentacle, and he's wearing this fun little jaunty hat. This young man seems obsessed with his coin, holding it aloft for everyone to see. He's studying it, hoping it will give up his lessons to him. But there's more to this card than study, though. This card, like all of the court cards, often refers to a real person in your life or a role that you yourself play. So the Page of Pentacles specifically indicates a young student or someone who studies every angle of a decision before they make their choice. These people who are slow to decide and then rather quick to act. If that's a little too specific, then it can be read as a card about research, learning, or industrious effort. It teaches you how to master skills, talents, and creativity, and then helps you put your abilities to work. The Page is someone who searches for more efficient and effective ways of doing things, slowly but steadily. He sticks, or she sticks, to the problem at hand until it is solved and completes every project that they begin. Very nose to the grindstone type of card, but early energy. Not like working hard through the problem, but like working hard to research the problem and learn all aspects and angles about it. So this card could also mean news about money, family, a new job, or even pregnancy. Now, Page plus Swords. Remember, this is learning how to communicate with authenticity and think clearly. The Page of Swords is like the naughtiest of the page cards, has a reputation for that anyway. This card often represents someone seen as like a problem child. Now, they are not a bad person. They're not evil or anything. They're just someone who is talkative, curious, stubborn, strong-willed, and spirited. So he or she is going to push up against boundaries and rules, and they may live outside of society's accepted standards. That's sort of what I mean by naughty. They're not bad at all. It's just society thinks that they're like very different, very hard to deal with within society's rules. The Page of Swords, like all of the court cards, can be interpreted as an actual person, a role you play, or as a message. So if it's an actual person in your life, this is going to be someone who is stubborn, curious, spirited, talkative, really like youthful energy, and just a little weird, but awesome. So in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, the Page of Swords card shows this young man holding a sword in the air, and the sword is almost as big as he is. All of the swords cards here have birds flying in the background on the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and this symbolizes the air element for the card. So the air element represents logic, the intellect, and verbal communication. So this card often carries a message about mounting a legal defense, making an oath, or revealing deception and secrets. No matter what, like the sword will cut through to the truth and everything will be revealed. The Page of Swords is a practical thinker too. So when you are ready to create that step-by-step action plan to get a job done, this is definitely someone you want in your life. Occasionally, this card can mean like someone is keeping the truth hidden from you or like has a hidden agenda. This card is also associated a lot with gossips, spies, and prying eyes. Now finally, Page plus Wands. The Page plus Wands is learning how to trust their power and use it wisely. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, the Page of Wands tarot card shows this young man delicately gripping his wand. Yeah, looking adoringly at it. Stroking it even. Yeah, whatever, it does. All right, so despite the rather phallic nature of this card, it really does not have anything to do with love, lust, or babies. Instead, this card usually represents like this fiery, active, creative young person in your life. So this is likely someone's enthusiastic, spontaneous, loyal, rebellious, and just larger than life, full of life. In a more general sense, it can also represent a student, a foreigner, or a stranger. So if it's not an actual person in your life, this card can actually mean a new creative project, adventure, or idea. It could also represent a new career path maybe, or like a course of study, like maybe studying the tarot. So there's encouraging and exciting news coming, possibly from an unexpected source. So this is like the spark of a new idea or a new attraction, and it's going to lead you someplace very interesting. Now that you know more details about each of the page cards, it's time to determine who the pages are in your own life using this court card map. So this process should take you less than 10 minutes, but will make it so much easier to read the page court cards when they show up in a tarot reading. And this is going to be your homework for day 2. Go through each of the 4 pages and see if you can map them to a person or multiple people in your life. Go back to that list that you made yesterday. Some relationships to consider include your parents, caregivers, siblings, extended family, lovers, crushes, friends, frenemies, enemies, coworkers, clients, bosses, mentors, teachers, ex-anythings, children, pets, and in-laws. All right, so the core cards will be people who have a direct influence over your own life and that you personally interact with. So if you have a strong relationship with a neighbor or your mail carrier or a shopkeeper, include those, but only those people who you have a pretty strong relationship with. And remember that the pages can be anyone, male, female, or otherwise, and they can be any age. Also, you may have multiple people who match to one single page card. That's totally okay. So during a tarot reading, you'll just be able to choose which person seems to make the most sense for the situation and the question you asked when that page shows up in the reading. You will have one or more pages where nobody matches. It's going to be a blank space. This is okay too. So if you come across one of these cards during a tarot reading, you'll know that the card does not match a person in your life, so you can just jump right to reading them as a role you need to play or as a message you need to hear. And because people are complicated, some people may seem to fit multiple page cards. They may be a page in one area of their life and maybe a knight or a queen in a different area. If you can, choose the card that seems to fit the best, and then make a note that they have these other characteristics associated with the card. And remember, this is all fluid. People change, and they may match different cards at different stages of your relationship to them. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just do the best you can to match the people to the cards if they seem to be pages. All right, now to review, what did we learn today? We learned that the pages are youthful, internally focused learners. Their energy is learning how to, and that energy combines with each of the 4 tarot suits. Page plus cups is learning how to have healthy relationships and connect with others. Page plus pentacles, learning how to create resources and maintain what they have. Page plus swords equals learning how to communicate effectively and with authenticity. Page plus wands, learning how to trust their own creative power and use it wisely. And soon, once you do your homework for today, you will know who in your life matches to each of the 4 page cards. Now, your next steps right now are to do today's homework, which really should take you less than 15 minutes. Using the list of people you created yesterday, try to match your people to the page cards using the page of your court card map. Remember, you might have more than one person matching a single page card. You might have a person who has multiple page cards, depending on the role they are playing, and this often happens with the people you are closest to. You know them, and you know them so well that you know the different roles they play and the personalities they bring to that role. So that's how it often happens. And you also might have some page cards where you have no people to match them to. It's all okay. Just do the very best you can. And then I am going to see you tomorrow where we repeat this entire process for the night cards. Until then, happy taroting.